Tottenham Hotspur are cooking. And no, this isn't just preseason hype. Under new manager Thomas Frank, Spurs are showing tactical identity, swagger, and smart recruitment. With the arrivals of Mo Kudus and Morgan Gibbs-White, the North London club looks reborn. But is this just a flash in the pan, or the beginning of something real? Let's backtrack a bit. After a season that saw their worst ever league finish, yet they still managed to reach the Europa League final and ultimately win it, giving them a ticket to Europe's top-flight competition, the Champions League. A season like this caused so much division and opinion about how Spurs should continue, with many believing that Ange Postecoglou should be backed for another season, while some fans believed that a team that has the history of Tottenham's should never finish that low. Personally, from a neutral's point of view, I found Tottenham to be exciting to watch under Ange, as they could score a goal at any moment, while also looking like they could self-implode and completely capitulate at any moment. This sort of being an either end of the spectrum team is not ideal for league success, especially in one as difficult as the English Premier League. In response to Tottenham being an unpredictable team, the club board decided to sack Big Ange and hire predictability incarnate, his name, Thomas Frank. Tottenham fans who didn't know much about Frank or his success at Brentford might have been a bit underwhelmed. He didn't have the flashy name of past Spurs managers such as Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, or Mauricio Pochettino. But those who watched football knew this was an extremely clever move. At Brentford, he built a resilient, tactically disciplined team with smart recruitment and overperformance on a modest budget. Now at a club with greater resources and ambition, he's being backed to bring that same vision, but with more flair and firepower. Frank's teams are drilled and disciplined with fluid attacking formations while in possession, but what stands out is the structure off the ball. Compact mid-blocks, calculated pressing triggers, and positional discipline. In order to make his tactical dreams come true, Frank wants technical players who can receive under pressure, beat a man, and make quick decisions in tight zones. And who better than his former star man, Bryan Mbeumo. Thomas Frank transformed Bryan Mbeumo from a raw, versatile forward into one of the Premier League's most effective wide attackers by refining his decision-making, positioning, and end product. Under Frank, Mbeumo developed sharp off-ball movement, became a relentless presser, and vastly improved his goal contributions, evolving into Brentford's go-to attacking threat. Sounds perfect, right? Well, Mbeumo and his camp were in contact with Man United, and he's decided that is his dream move. This decision forced Spurs to turn their attention to another young African star and Ghana international and West Ham player Mohamed Kudus. He's a unicorn, press-resistant, powerful, and direct. Think of him as a hybrid 8-10 winger, and Frank will seek to use him in that right-sided channel. He drops into pockets, draws defenders in, and spins out with that low center of gravity. He's a nightmare to press, and in Frank's system, he can serve as the release valve, breaking out from tight defensive phases into lightning-quick transitions. Early link-ups with Udogie and Brennan Johnson down that right flank could be a terrifying proposition for Premier League sides. The signing of Kudus is immensely exciting, but it had been the only signing made by Tottenham. With the window well into July and a new manager, many were still wondering what exactly Tottenham were doing. Well, hours later, major transfer sources would drop a bomba that Nottingham Forest star Morgan Gibbs-White would be joining the North London side. Morgan Gibbs-White brings something Spurs have lacked: vertical creativity from midfield. He's got that flair, but also the work rate and tactical awareness to fit Frank's demands. He's going to play as a left-sided 8 or advanced 10, drifting in behind the striker or rotating wide. Either playing with Maddison when Spurs are looking to be more of an attacking force, or with Bentancur when seeking more stability. Leading in many pressing stats, Gibbs-White looks to be a smart, astute signing from Tottenham and their new manager. Beyond tactics and signings, Frank is seeking to transform the culture at Tottenham. No more post-Poch drift, no more Conte-style cynicism. Frank is going to bring calm authority, clear principles, and a belief in developing young talents such as Bergvall and Archie Gray. So where could this all lead? It's early, but if the momentum continues, Spurs should be aiming for top 4, although the Prem is shaping up to look immensely competitive. Bringing in a manager such as Frank implies that you are going to give him plenty of time for him to shape the club, just as he did with Brentford. Immediate success is not necessarily the name of the game with Frank and Tottenham. Although, if the Kudus-Morgan-Gibbs-White link clicks and Frank's system continues to evolve, they'll be one of the most entertaining teams to watch this season. Thomas Frank, Kudus, Gibbs-White, Spurs are cooking something different. And this time, it might just be the real deal. But let me know, what do you think? Can Spurs make a real run this season? Drop your thoughts below. Hit the like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for tons of other football content.